Candlebark Creatives podcast channel. My name is Louise, and I have set up this podcast to share positive, encouraging, and hopeful aspects of life. Today's guest is Katie from the Krooked Kat, a woodwork, furniture restoration, and upholstery business. She is one very talented lady who has been such an encouragement to me as I've watched her set up this rather inspirational and yet unusual angle on creativity, showing that nothing is impossible if one sets one's mind to it. So without further ado, let's get into it and hear from Katie herself. Hello, Katie.
Hello.
Nice to have you on this show. This is
Thank
really
you for
good.
having me.
It's a pleasure. Okay, so let's start with the first question. When did you first start your interest in woodwork, furniture restoration, and upholstery?
Well, I've always been good with my hands. I've always enjoyed making things, doing things that are not computer based. But I decided I wasn't happy in the job I was in, so ended up going back to college. And started by doing a carpentry and joinery course through in Perth, which is where I'm based, and really enjoyed that. I learned a lot of basics on woodwork, and it gave me a taste of building things. And then I moved on and did a course through in Kirkcaldy, Fife, doing a design and manufacture course.
Wow.
Which kind of introduced me to the finer sides of the design process, and the kind of more intricate nature of furniture, I suppose. And it also gave me a taster into the upholstery side of things. And then I moved on from there to do a course in furniture restoration and upholstery through City of Glasgow College in Glasgow.
Great.
And they gave me the building blocks that I needed for starting my own business. So.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now, who has been the greatest influence in your life relating to the Krooked Kat?
So there's definitely not been one individual person. It's been lots of different people, from family to friends to customers, tutors. There's definitely no one single answer to that question. Everybody has kind of given a little bit, and helped me evolve.
Brilliant. Do you think sometimes that influence can come through people asking you to do certain things?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, when I first started, I went more down the woodwork and the restoration side of things, and you can never learn everything during courses. So it's definitely a case of you learn on the job with a lot of things, especially in this role. No one project is the same. So YouTube is brilliant. You just put in what you're looking for, and 9 times out of 10 someone's done a video for you.
Yes, I'd agree with that one.
Yes. And I've got a lot of resources in the way of books that help me. And there's some forums on Facebook that are specific to upholstery that I use, with some very knowledgeable people from across the world.
Fantastic.
It's an absolutely brilliant resource. So yeah, I mean, each project, as I said, is different. So yeah, 9 times out of 10, looking at a project, you think, oh well, how now I've said I'll do that, how do I actually go about doing that?
You don't ever wish you'd never taken it on then?
Once or twice.
Okay.
But I do like a challenge, so yeah.
Okay, so moving on. How long has it taken you to set up your business and get known?
It's a good few years. I was quite fortunate to get an introduction to one of the local fabric companies, fabric shops.
Yeah.
So I got a few jobs from them.
Mhm.
So they provided me with some of the smaller jobs when I was starting up, which helped get my name out there. I also used some of the free listings like Google My Business and Yale.com and Facebook, Instagram. Although I must say I'm terrible with the social media side of things. I just forget to put things up there. But yeah, it's every so often I'll remember. But yeah, those things, they're brilliant, and people can leave you reviews, which helps boost your listings, and yeah, brings your name closer to the top of the list.
Yes.
I'm also quite fortunate in that there's not very many of us around, upholsterers in particular.
Yeah.
So to be able to offer that, yeah, there's maybe half a dozen in my area if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So
yeah, brilliant. Would you do anything differently?
No.
Great.
No, I don't think I would. I think every hurdle I've come across has been a learning curve. So and every experience that I've had has helped me evolve, both in how I think and how I act, and how I deal with the project, deal with the client.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Which way I move the business. Yeah.
Yeah. What has shaped the journey in your business?
I think it goes back to a previous question. I think it's people I've met along the way, projects that I've been given, different requests have had me thinking along different paths, and made me look at different things in a different light, which has brought me around to getting different tools, which has then led me through to thinking about different ways I can use them. And yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, it can just grow and grow and grow, really.
It could, couldn't it? That's too
yeah. Also, the people that I've met as well, people in similar industries that I've spoken to. There's a trade fair on every year that I go to, that specific to the upholstery side of it, but there's a lot of just artistic people there, and it's a good space to kind of talk to people about ideas and see what other people are doing.
Real networking. Yeah, that's fantastic. Brilliant. Okay. What keeps you going in the ups and downs? Because it must be tough sometimes and not so good, brilliant other times.
So I think my wife Sandy has been the main person that keeps me going. She is such a good support in all situations. She's my rock. She's my muse. She helps me to figure out issues that I have with a project. She helps often just talking things through with her, not even having her say anything, just verbalizing it to her helps me to, I don't know, focus in on something that I might have missed before. And I tend to talk through any kind of bigger stage of the business that if I'm thinking of going down a different path, I'll talk to her about it and we'll just brainstorm it, I suppose.
Sort of juggle things a bit. Yeah. That's really helpful, isn't it? Yeah. Brilliant. What would you say to anyone wanting to set up a business like yours? Because it's
go for it.
Great.
Go for it. Don't undervalue yourself as well. Start small. don't take on more than you can chew. And remember that Google and YouTube are out there.
Your best friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much work out there. People are wanting to go down the more sustainable routes a lot more nowadays, which is brilliant. And yeah, I mean, some of the things that I deal with, they're things that not many people do. The upholstery side of thing, not many people do. A lot of these things, hands-on trades are dying arts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Fantastic. Wow. Okay. Have you future plans to expand or adjust your goals in this industry?
Yes, but I'm not entirely sure what.
What's this space?
Yeah, basically, I before COVID hit, I had ideas of wanting to get other people in, more staff, well, just staff.
Yes,
it's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's with COVID and with Brexit, it's a bit uncertain at the moment, so I'm just kind of watch this space for the next little while to see how things evolve, and figure it out along the way, I think.
Yes,
but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an ever evolving role, to be honest. And yeah, there's always some bits that you prefer more than others, and but then that can change from day to day as well. So yeah,
definitely. So have you considered teaching your craft to help create future talents in the industry?
Well, I've had
one way to go, mightn't it?
Yeah, it might be. I have been asked that on many occasions, especially by you.
Me?
But yeah, I mean, it's how it would look. I don't know whether it would be by getting somebody in to work as a kind of apprentice and train them up, or whether it would be to do actual classes. I don't know. I mean, not sure that I have the space at the moment for classes, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that might happen further down the line. In a different location maybe, or I don't know. It's all a possibility.
The world is your oyster.
Exactly.
Exactly. Now there's a couple of questions I think maybe you weren't quite expecting.
Okay.
One was, when did you first discover your interest in practical creativity in all things wooden?
Oh, I suppose I've always enjoyed woodwork type things, but it particularly took off when I did the carpentry and joinery. I mean, that was the smell of the wood, getting to learn about the different types of wood, and actually it's probably the third course that I did through in Glasgow, doing the furniture restoration and the upholstery, that I actually learned a lot about different types of wood at that point, more than I had in the previous areas that I'd studied. But yeah, just learning about the grain and how wood behaves and what it'll do in different situations.
And have you ever had to resource it from real tree, actually, or do you just go to the
no, I tend to, because if you source directly from a tree, you're going to be working with wet wood. So wood that you'll find in furniture has normally been kiln dried, which takes a while, but also if it's not been kiln dried, it'll be left out to dry, and what they say is it's a year per inch of thickness.
Oh my goodness.
For drying it out, so it takes a while.
A long time.
It's not a quick thing,
because otherwise it's called green wood, isn't it, or something? Yeah,
it is. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay, would you be able to give us some examples of the sorts of projects you work on? Now, we can either do that by you verbally telling us, or we can show some pictures, or you can take us around your...
I was going to say, why don't I do a little video on WhatsApp for you?
Yes, that'd
Would
be
that
awesome,
be
actually.
good?
That'd be really good, and I can share
Okay.
that as part of the video. That'd be fantastic.
Excellent.
Have you got any that you might just be able to quickly just mention now?
So at the moment, what have I got in my workshop at the moment? I've got a 3-tier table, a coffee table that a lady brought in that she wants a duplicate made.
Oh, yeah.
And then she wants them both painted to suit the new lounge that she's recently refitted and redecorated.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of that one at the moment. I've done the build part, but I'm in the process of the painting part. What else have I got? I've got an antique folding rocking chair.
Oh, wow.
Which came in, it had been living in someone's shed for 20 plus years. It was all of the joints were rusted. Oh. None of it moved. It wouldn't open. Had woodworm, rot, the lot. So that I had to dismantle piece by piece.
Yeah.
And then I've had to rebuild it piece by piece, strip it all back, treat the woodworm, refinish it, stain it, refinish it, and now I'm in the process of adding the fittings back in.
Yeah. And
then it's a case of putting the upholstery on, and then it's done.
So you actually remembered how to put it back together again?
Yes, I took a video. It's one thing I have learned is if you're taking something apart, make sure that you document it well.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Oh, so for the viewers, where could we find you, Katie?
I have a website, www.thekrooked.cat, and that's crooked with K's and a cat with K. Okay.
All the K. Oh, yes, that's lovely.
.co.uk.
Yes.
I also have a Facebook page, which I believe is just at the Krooked Kat.
Okay. I'll put these all in the description below later.
Excellent. Yeah. And I'm on yell.com.
Yes.
Google my business.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Bing as well. Yeah. All the freebies, anything free. I don't pay for my advertising because I think you can get enough. If you do it right, you can get enough through free stuff. So.
And I believe you've got quite a waiting list as well, haven't you?
Yes. Yes.
So nobody's going to get something done tomorrow, are they?
No. Okay. Maybe a year tomorrow.
So that's actually really good, because that means you must be good.
Well, so people keep telling me.
Well, I can vouch for that because you've done me some great jobs.
Well, thank you.
And what I'll do is I'll perhaps share some of these pictures as well, so that people can see what you've done.
Brilliant.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Katie. That's been absolutely brilliant. So thank you for being my second person to podcast.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And we will sign out from the Krooked Kat and from Candlebark Creatives. Bye-bye.